Hey guys, let's go ahead and start with today's collective. This damn candle. Okay. Today we're going to be using the Star Codes Astro Oracle, which is one of my favorite Oracle decks. And then I'm also going to be using the, what's it called? Ancestral Path Tarot by Julio Cuccia, whatever, Watts. And then I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, I think her name is, to clarify. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the theme. Today is Thursday. Let's go ahead and start with the theme for today's collective. Because Thursday is about, expansion, good luck, lessons, growth. Oh, Uranus, change. Okay. So the thing about that is that that's very Jupiterian too, because Uranus is sudden change. I will tell you that. That's the difference. But it goes along with expansion and growth, right? We can't really grow without change. So this says surprise, or be surprised. Be ready to shift gears. It's time to experiment and try a fresh approach or new road entirely. If your life were a garden, now would be the time to scatter handfuls of diverse seeds. Water them all, see what grows robustly, and weed the rest later. Urgent anxiety can be a symptom of Uranian restlessness. So rather than just flailing about, look for the root cause and ask what change would actually solve the problem. What looks like a disaster may bring a wild opportunity. If you are thrown a sudden or shocking change, assume that you are being tossed out of the nest into a potentially heroic journey. Chaos can be an important catalyst, an unnerving moment caught between forms. The discomfort allows and propels you to transform. Become your most authentic, eccentric self. You are just what is needed. Uranus also encourages technical upgrades and a cutting-edge approach, whether that means acquiring new equipment or new skills. Challenge. Uranus electrifies. It may feel like your finger is stuck in an electrical socket. You are anxious to change, but you can spin your wheels. But you can spin your wheels until you shift into the new gear. Gift. Prepare for an evolutionary leap. Shocking circumstances can force you to engage gifts you didn't know you had and help you transform. You are not those external attributes in transformation. You will not dissolve. A caterpillar is still internally the same creature once it becomes a butterfly. Interesting. See, to me, Uranus is like the tower. It could either bring amazing changes or not. So this deck is my two-hander. It's huge. So what I'm going to do is I've already shuffled it like thoroughly as far as I could take it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just split the deck and we're going to be flipping the cards over. Okay. Yeah, because this is so difficult to shuffle. So let's start. Ooh, so we start with the Ace of Sacred Circles in reverse, which is the Ace of Pentacles, basically. The Three of Swords upright. The World card upright. And the Three of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Okay, this is already drama. And I'm saying that because Ace of Sacred Circles tells me that something had a lot of potential, but that's all it was. It stayed in potential. And then we've got the third party energy already. Three of Swords, and literally in this one, the Three of Cups, this is King Arthur with Lancelot and Queen Guinevere. So come on now. Third party as hell. But it's almost like someone was really excited about a connection, and then they realized this person is just hurting me. I need to close the cycle out. So what remains to be seen is, I have a feeling, because Three of Cups can also be Cancer Mercury, and in this storyline of this image, that's somebody that was close to him, right? It was one of his knights. So it could be that the third party came from somebody close to the person. Like, if I don't know if this is the story about a masculine, but let's say it is, right? Let's say the story is about a masculine who discovers that his feminine is with somebody that is close to them. Something like that. So let's clarify. These have already been thoroughly shuffled too, but still. Clarify Ace of Sacred Circles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify Three of Swords upright. Clarify the Three of Swords. Knight of Wands in reverse. Clarify the World card. I just realized Three of Swords is not in reverse. I don't know why I was saying that. Ooh, Queen of Wands in reverse. Clarify Three of Cups. Wow. Nine of Cups in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. See? Okay. See, I knew I picked it up. This is tragic, like even more tragic than normal. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Whoever it is that is going through this, I feel like we're going to be approaching the story from a masculine perspective. Again, masculine, feminine does not mean man, woman, okay? This could be same sex and one person is embodying the masculine. This could be just a woman who is embodying masculine energy. I'm just talking about masculine energy, okay? Whoever the masculine energy is, the betrayal is coming from somebody close to them. A 10 of Pentacles in reverse is like, it's supposed to be family. It's supposed to be structured. It's supposed to be stable. But in reverse, especially feeling this, I feel like it's realizing that what you thought was stable, what you thought was solid, is not so at all. And we've got this queen here who, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, somebody who's very focused on status, very focused on money, very lazy. They are basically they worry about themselves, not really anybody else. Queen of Wands in reverse, promiscuous as well, very shallow. Both of these cards are very self-centered, but in different ways, where the Queen of Pentacles is self-centered in, like, she'll feed herself, she'll buy herself clothes. If she was a mother, she'd be a terrible mother, because this is the type of person that's like focused on her wearing the ultimate brands. And if her children wear high brands, it's only because she doesn't want them to make her look bad, not because she gives a fuck about them. Queen of Wands in reverse is selfish in a different way. She is self-centered, as in she needs a lot of attention. She's very vain. She's a little bit of an attention whore. She needs a lot of attention. She needs a lot of compliments. She needs a lot of people kissing her ass, because she's not very confident in herself. She's pretty insecure, which makes her, promiscuous, because she wants the validation from a lot of people. And then we've got a Knight of Wands here. Also somebody promiscuous. Also somebody who is just a wham bam, thank you ma'am. But they're in reverse, which means that they seduce dishonestly. Upright, this could be somebody who's very open about, look, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. In reverse, they may promise things that they're not really going to follow through with, So these two, to me, feel like the Guinevere and Lancelot in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse, of course. It happens. Why? Because these are the type of people that only their pleasure matters. They overindulge. They're just focused on how they feel about something. They don't really care whether somebody else is getting hurt in the mix. All right. So let's put these up here. And this could have been the shock that the masculine went through when he realized, oh my God, people that I thought were important to me are totally betraying me. The next set we've got, this is the Seven of Swords, but it came out in reverse. King of Sacred Circles, which is the King of Pentacles, upright. Eight of Cups. I'm sorry about the dog, guys. I don't know what's up with him lately. He's been so noisy. And the Prince of Wands or Prince of Staves in reverse. Okay, so here he is. I feel like this is the protagonist of today's story. King of Sacred Circles. So this is going to be somebody who is, they're very loyal, they're very hardworking, they're a great provider. They're the type of person that's, maybe they're a little, don't fix it if it ain't broke. That type of person. If something works for them, they're going to keep doing that same method. But they don't really believe in, like they're not the type of person that's going to be hiding business secrets from you, because they believe they live in a world of abundance. They believe there's enough for them, there's enough for everyone. So they're a very gentle soul. Now, they're showing up with the Seven of Swords in reverse, which means that they probably had red flags, because let's be real, people like this, they have red flags. And the King of Sacred Circles kind of overlooked those red flags. He was deceiving himself. However, Uranus, which is Tower energy, says something has happened. Maybe these two were really obvious about what they were doing. Or maybe this king knew about the queen's past, but was like, it's going to be okay. She's going to be different with me, which of course is commendable, because I think he was trying to focus on her good side. But the bad side is that I don't think he really gave it time to, if he could tell whether she had changed or not. He just assumed she would be better now because he believed in her, which is cute, but no, that's not how it works. Eight of Cups. So now he's sitting here realizing that he's going to have to walk away from the situation because somebody close to him got involved with his queen. Clarify Seven of Swords. Three of Wands in reverse. Clarify King of Sacred Circles. The Magician in reverse. Clarify Eight of Cups. Emperor upright. Clarify Prince of Staves or Prince of Wands. Death card in reverse. With the Fool card. So in a way, this king did act like a fool, which is very surprising because King of Sacred Circles, you can't really fool him unless he fools himself. And that's what the Seven of Swords is indicating. Nobody lied to him but himself. Because this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, was pretty open about who she was. It was pretty clear. It's not like she was trying to hide it. But he lied to himself thinking he could build a future with her. So the Three of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Swords, is that in reality, there never was a future between these two. The King of Pentacles wanted it to be so, but you can't force people to want what you want. And the Magician in reverse, now he feels disempowered. Now he feels like, sorry, I've got an ear infection. I was really struggling to sleep, so I hope it doesn't. Anyways, he feels disempowered. He feels like, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna do now, because he had built like these plans with them. This is why you don't do this type of thing. This is useless. Why build plans with somebody that's like this? I am not saying that there's anything wrong with pursuing pleasure, pursuing things like that. But I was literally just talking about this yesterday with a friend. People who pursue their pleasure first are a red flag to me, because they will throw you under the bus as long as it benefits them. If their pleasure gets disrupted in some way, you're going to be the first one to lose, not them. And that's what this king discovered. Maybe he admired the queen, because that's what I'm feeling like. Maybe he admired the queen in the fact that she just enjoyed life. She was the type of person that enjoyed everything in her world. And that was attractive to him. But he didn't realize that that meant her pleasure comes first all the time. So he's showing up here in Emperor energy, thinking he could be her protector, her provider, her everything. 8 of Cups, now he's like, yeah, no. The Sorry, okay. I'm gonna get gum because the coffee isn't kicking in. I had a tough time sleeping, and apparently it's gonna be coming through. Sorry about the gum, guys, but I needs it, okay? Anywho, so 8 of Cups is Pisces Saturn energy. The dream is interrupted. Now, I do want to say on this Prince of Wands, Prince of Staves, the one that showed up with his queen, the Death card showed up in reverse, which means at some point they were a good friend to this king. At some point they were a comrade in arms. But with the Death card in reverse, something changed inside of this person. They didn't show it externally, though. What changed inside of them was maybe that they started desiring this queen. But either way, they keep showing up in reverse. Now they are a disloyal friend. I mean, they're a friend of me, really, because how can you call somebody like this a friend? And pretty much this connection is most likely not going to last ever, because how do you come back from that? How do you come back from knowing that your friend is in love with somebody and sleeping with that person? You can't. Boy, these cards are big. Okay. Next set. 6 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Wands in reverse. I know they're called staves, but I keep forgetting, so I'm just going to call them wands. And the 7 of Cups. Okay. See, unfortunately, though, this is the king we're talking about, right? And it shows here where he saw different futures playing out. And in one, we see Guinevere and Lancelot. Which means he probably knew that this was a possibility. But again, that's the red flag for himself. He ignored it. Maybe he was counting on the fact that she would be loyal. Maybe she was counting on the fact that his friend would never do him like that. Which is understandable, but that means that there were signs. Again, there were signs that these two had a strong chemistry, strong attraction towards each other, because even this king saw the future of them possibly being together, but he ignored it. 6 of Swords in reverse. So now it's hard for him to move past this. 2 cards of action in reverse. It's hard for him to release this. It's hard for him to process what happened. 2 of Wands in reverse, almost like he's losing his will to move forward, which for a king is very difficult. Clarify 6 of Swords. Oh Lord, clarify 8 of Wands. Clarify the 8 of Wands. Clarify 2 of Wands. Clarify 7 of Cups. Actually, this one came out in reverse. Okay. Magician in reverse again. See, here's the thing about this. This king feels disempowered, but unfortunately, he's in the energy of thinking, well, I need to return to that situation because that's the situation that took my power. Almost like he thinks that wherever the power was taken from him, that's where he needs to get it back. And that's not how it works. There's four cards of this king going back to the situation. Now, keep in mind, I've mentioned this before. 8 of Cups in reverse, yes, it means coming back, but that's also Pisces Saturn. Once the dream has been interrupted, once the fantasy, the pedestal that this person was on has been interrupted, you can go back, but it won't be the same. The Empress in reverse, realizing that somebody's using their femininity in a very twisted way. They're using it to seduce, to be promiscuous, to control, to manipulate, but they're not really using their femininity to nurture, to create anything good. That's not what they're using it for. But they're not done. They're not done with the situation. Which, with the World card showing up first, it means that he felt done, but then he's like, no, I'm not done. But here's the thing. World card is Saturn. It means that there's something here that this king needs to learn. There's some sort of lesson for this king in all of this happening. Because he's sitting here still negotiating with himself. Should I? Should I not? Should I let this queen go? Or should I not? Should I fight harder? Was I maybe... Like, he's questioning himself. He's questioning whether he should let it go. Because a piece of him thinks, maybe I didn't try hard enough. Maybe I didn't give her enough. Maybe I didn't... Whatever. He's blaming himself, basically, for her behavior. I will say that somebody that has Empress energy in reverse is probably very attractive. But I feel like this king, that may be part of his lesson, because I think he's focusing a lot on her attractiveness and not enough on her character. Okay. Next set, we've got the King of Cups, upright. The 9 of Cups, upright. The Tower, there's that Uranus energy. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the king is coming back because he still feels an emotional bond to this Empress in reverse. 9 of Cups, he thinks that if he can just be jolly and be enthusiastic and optimistic, and things will turn around, and it'll be the 10 of Cups all over again. One day it'll all turn around. But there's a shocking realization for this king. Ace of Staves. It means that the Emperor Junior won't work. Not anymore. Not with this queen. It's not like he has ED. It's just he has selective ED. I think he's got... I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm not trying to laugh at him. Anyways. He is probably a demisexual, is what I'm going to say. A demisexual is somebody who needs a strong emotional bond with somebody before they feel arousal, before they feel desire. And I feel like this is that type of person. And he may not even know that about himself, because he really thought that he could go back and everything would be all hunky-dory. And his body is like, sir, let's go. I don't want to be here. Let's clarify. Clarify King of Cups. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify 9 of Cups. The World card came out sideways. Empress came out in reverse. Clarify the Tower. Ten of Cups in reverse. Clarify Ace of Wands in reverse. High Priestess and Page of Cups upright. With the Two of Swords upright. So our king here, our emperor, is in denial. In denial that anything is wrong. It could be, oh my God. It could be that they're going to gaslight themselves and think, you know what, this never happened. This was a bad dream. My empress would never betray me. She would never, my friend would never betray me. Or this could be like his brother even. This is somebody really close to him. My brother would never betray me. Unfortunately, he can't really persuade himself that he's dreaming because we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which means, I mean, even look at his face. Look at his face, right? Yes, he's holding a cup, but he's side-eyeing somebody. He's fully armored. Like he's fully dressed for battle. And he's holding a book. Books hold knowledge, secrets. And he's sitting there side-eyeing somebody. So whether he wants to feel like it's a dream or not, he can't. Because once you know something, you can't go back to not knowing it. You can't pretend it never happened. And the Three of Pentacles is the realization that this doesn't have a strong foundation. This connection is not what he thought it was. But with the world card sideways, it means that a piece of him is wanting to be done, but he's not sure if he's done. He thinks he's done, but then there's moments he thinks he's not. Empress in reverse. Interestingly enough, in this Nine of Cups, it shows a dancer, you know, performing for everybody in this banquet, the king, the queen, Lancelot, everybody. But in this case, I think it's her. I think that she's putting on a good show. I don't think she wants the emperor to leave, which is what's making this more difficult, because it means that she's kind of helping to gaslight and manipulate and think, no, look, it was, maybe she's saying something like, we were both drunk. It was a one-time thing. You're blowing this out of proportion. It's not like we want each other, blah, blah, blah. And so he's sitting here, not releasing the cup, but side-eyeing them, sitting there with the knowledge of what actually happened. Ten of Cups in reverse. Again, the shock is that, remember I said he wants the Ten of Cups again, the Nine and the King. Showing up in reverse, which means that he's acknowledging the fact that this was an image. The Ten of Cups is something he wanted. It's something that maybe they thought they had. And he's realizing this whole time it was an illusion. It was a mirage. That's the shock. It wasn't real. It was never real. Ace of Wands in reverse. And now, with the High Priestess, his higher self, it's almost like this shock he went through opened up his connection with his divinity. This could be his higher self. This could be his guides, or it could just be his intuition. But with the Page of Cups, the feelings have changed. They've drastically gone from the King of Cups down to a page. The passion isn't there anymore. The desire for this queen isn't there anymore. They're not sure if they can continue with her. Obviously, you would think this is the type of situation where you say, I'm gonna need you to hit the fucking door. Running, like out. Get out. And they didn't do that. All right. Let's move on to the next set. We've got the Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Two of Cups upright. Oh, Lordy. Because see, then this king feels trapped. He feels trapped because, yes, on one side he has heartache, 3 swords, and on the other side, 5 swords. If he moves forward with this mentality of, you know, hit the door running, get out of my life, he's going to lose not only his lover, but his best friend. And she's over here swearing up and down that it was an accident, that it was never her desire. Look at the way she's looking at him with those puppy dog eyes. And he's just like, If you notice, her cup is different than his. His is full solid gold. Hers is transparent. So she's trying to show that she's not hiding anything. She's trying to show that her heart is pure, clear. But where you saw him side-eyeing her, he's not revealing what he's feeling right now. With the Seven of Wands, he's not really taking a stand. And yet, he's also not in denial anymore. Eight of Swords and Two of Swords. He feels trapped because he knows in a way that it's over. He doesn't feel the way he used to feel. He's been broken. His heart has been broken, not he. His heart has been broken. But he also still feels a connection with her. Clarify Eight of Swords. This is the... there should be a song of Hit the Road, Jack, but for women. Hit the road, Betty. And don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Okay. The Star. Clarify Seven of Wands in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Clarify Two of Swords in reverse. Death card in reverse. Clarify Two of Cups upright. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, because see, this king thought that this was his family. This king thought that this was his safe place, his refuge, his oasis in this terrible world. And now he's like, this used to be everything I wanted. This used to be everything I could ever possibly want. And now it's not. I don't see it as... I think he used to have this queen on a pedestal. And she has fallen. The Lovers in reverse. He doesn't feel like she's the one anymore. I think for a long time, that was part of the reason why he stayed. He felt like she was the one. Now he's like, no, she's not. She was an indulgence. I had fun. Party's over. Two of Swords in reverse with the Death card. Inside, he's changing. He's no longer in denial. I don't think he's speaking much. He's kind of letting her do the talking. He's kind of letting her, almost like I feel like he's almost internally saying to himself, let's see if she can win me back. Let's see if we can reestablish this connection. Our bond is so deep. Let's see if we can restore it. But Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This type of queen doesn't know how to build, doesn't know how to put in the work. I think that the connection that they have was literally built because she was with a King of Pentacles, King of Cups. Somebody who knew how to build a bond, somebody who knew how to build a bear, basically. Build a bitch, fix a bitch. He's the one that had put in the work before to make this happen. So now that he's just kind of standing still, and I think there have been memes about that floating around where it says, you'll know if you're the only one sustaining a bond, where when you stop feeding that bond, it dies. And in this case, he was the one sustaining it. He was the one holding on. He was the one feeding that bond between them. And now that he's just kind of stepping back, letting her do the heavy lifting, it ain't gonna last. Because she doesn't know how. Both the 10 and the 8 of Pentacles are in reverse. She wouldn't know how to build long term. She's never had to do it. He always did it for her. All right. Let's move on to the next row, the next set. We've got the Prince of Cups. Oh, there comes the traitor. Prince of Cups upright. The Hierophant in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse. The other traitor. Oh, Queen of Cups upright. Wow. Wow. I'm saying wow because she's literally just sitting here swearing eternal love to him, and yet she shows up on the same set as this person, but this time they're both upright. Which means that they betrayed him because they truly feel love with each other. They even look similar. Isn't that kind of creepy? Okay. Let's see. Oh, before I move forward. So yeah, I think that she's over here swearing love up and down, right? But I think at some point he's going to realize that they actually feel a lot more for each other than they claim. They may not be expressing it, but the king isn't stupid. Like I said, he was made stupid by himself, but nobody can make this king stupid. He's literally an emperor. When he shows up as a King of Swords, it means he finally understood everything. But right now, he's kind of just observing. Because he didn't want to believe this. Hierophant in reverse. He understands that there's no... If these two were married, if the King and Queen of Cups were married, that's dissolving. Because she betrayed him. Because she... But here's the thing. I don't see a divorce yet. So it means like they may be in separation. They may be having conversations about this. This is somebody, this feminine in this story is somebody who has a really innocent face, because look at her. So it's the type of person that you would never suspect would do this type of thing. But this is the importance of not judging a book by its cover, right? Somebody can look wild and be totally stable inside, and somebody can look like this. And yeah. Let's see. Clarify Prince of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Hierophant in reverse. King of Cups, upright. Clarify Queen of Staves. The shadow side. Well, it came out sideways, so let's leave it sideways. Clarify Queen of Cups. The Sun in reverse. With the Five of Wands. Let me find out. Let me find out that this king actually went to war with this prince over this bitch. Because let me tell you something. Like I've said, we've all been the villain in somebody's story, okay? Let's be real. We've all been some sort of bitch in our life. We've either been a lying bitch, we've been a deceitful bitch, we've been a vengeful bitch, we've been a toxic bitch. At some point, we've all been some sort of bitch in somebody's life. But just because we can act in a way that's dishonorable doesn't mean we have to stay there. Doesn't mean we have to play the victim and not grow. If you make mistakes and you feel shame, that means that you have a conscience. That means you want to grow. You don't want to be the same person. Take that shame and examine it. Because here's the thing. Shame, guilt, those two things can be pernicious when it's not real. As in, when somebody's trying to make you feel shame for, let's say, for being into the same sex. They're trying to guilt trip you because you're not obeying God's law, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. That right there is bullshit. That's the type of shame and guilt you should never accept. You could be like, no, fuck you. I'm going to do my life. But when you lie to someone, you hurt someone, you deceive someone, you betray someone, and you feel guilt and shame there, that is appropriate. You should feel guilt for that. You should feel shame for that. That is what pushes you to not want to do it again. That's called a fucking conscience. And in this case, I don't see guilt or shame. I see trying to hide it. I see a battle, but it's almost like this knight, this Lancelot person, doesn't know whether they should come forward and speak to the king or not. They understand the king no longer feels the commitment towards the queen. But this king, look at him. He's all like, go on. Tell me what you want to say. Like he's waiting, like he's in this energy of he's about to pass judgment, is what it feels like. So I'm just going to put this one upright because this is what it feels like. Queen of Wands, she's definitely in her shadow side. She is Queen of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who lives in survival mode. They are on. Now, what I mean by survival mode is whatever methods this queen used to survive her environment, coping mechanisms, she hasn't outgrown that. She's not even aware of it, in fact, because she's acting out of her shadow side, which means she's not self-aware. She has not done shadow work. She has not healed herself. So this is just who she is at this point. She hasn't addressed those things. So let me tell you something. When I say that we've all been terrible people, this is what I mean. I mean, at some point, we've been the villain in somebody's story because we were acting out of the shadow side. We were acting out of the side of ourselves that was just trying to defend our identity, our self. Like if somebody grew up in an abusive home, right? Physically abusive. That means that person has the propensity to swing first, ask questions later. That was the coping mechanism they learned to survive that environment. But if they don't heal that, that means that they're going to go around in life being a very toxic, aggressive, violent person. Yes, the source was their environment, but they have to heal that. In this case, I don't know what this queen went through. She probably went through a lot because she's showing up in reverse and the shadow side. She showed up with two queens in reverse already. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. She might have gone through some strong sexual abuse. That might have been what made her promiscuous. Maybe from a young age, she had sexual abuse and she never healed that. So maybe she still understands that that's the only way to bond with people. That's how you show love. That's how you get attention. That's how you get warmth. And she's in this place of like, that's what she does. She's out here just banging everybody. But she needs to heal that. Sun card in reverse now takes a different meaning because with this, it means that she's not in touch with her inner child, which means that she will act childlike, childishly. Because When we're in touch with our inner child, we're a lot more mature in the sense that we'll know that there's a time for us to play. There's a time for us to be creative. We will feel heard. We will feel valued. Because to ourselves, we are those things. We are in touch with our inner child. We make ourselves be heard. We value ourselves, and therefore that reflects in our outer world. When she's not in touch with her inner child, it means that her inner child will come out spontaneously because it's dying to have a voice, right? It's dying to be heard. So it'll come out regardless of how much you suppress it, it'll come out. Which means that a lot of times she acts very childishly. She'll have childlike ways, which initially might contribute to her innocent looking face. And initially might have really attracted the king in the sense that he was like, oh, she's kind of lost. She might need somebody to guide her. And she is very lost, I think. But that wasn't his job to do. And if anything, that's his lesson in this. You don't go around trying to save people, because this is Captain Save-A-Hope. And that's how he ended up with somebody like this. So the battle could be between this king and the queen, because I don't see this person coming forward yet. They're kind of not sure if they want to face this king yet. Ironically. I mean, they've got the balls to fuck their lady, but they don't have the balls to come and confront this person. Oh, okay. Cowardly. Snake-like energy. All right, next set. The Hanged One, which is basically the Hanged Man. The Hermit in reverse. The Sun card upright. Oh. The Empress upright. Interestingly enough, I feel like in the middle of all this debacle, while the king is not sure what to do yet, I mean, he's upset with the Five of Wands. He's definitely upset. But Hanged One says that it's like he's in the middle of growth. That's the whole point of the Hanged Man being represented this way, because it's like, this is something that takes 9 months to come to fruition, right? The Death card in reverse did show up with the king, which means that he's in the middle of an inner transformation. It might take 9 months for him to fully come to a decision, because he's isolating himself. He's going within. He's asking the questions, but he's not associating with anybody. And yet, in the middle of all that, we get the Sun and the Empress. Somehow, some way, because of course the universe always finds a way, I feel like this person met a true Empress, because this one shows up upright with the Sun card, where this queen already showed up with the Sun card in reverse, Empress in reverse several times. This is a whole new queen. I mean, a whole new Empress, sorry. Clarify the Hanged One. Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups. Clarify the Hermit. Clarify the Hermit. Clarify the Sun card. Clarify the Empress. Oh, okay. Nope, this took a different turn. Well, okay. So there's there's two possibilities. It could be that yes, he did meet an Empress, but at the same time, he's realizing that Miss Congeniality over here got pregnant by Well, at this time, I think it's unclear which one of them did the deed, planted the seed, because apparently like I said, Miss Congeniality here is for everyone. She's a community. She does community work this way. So, with the Hanged One, the king is still in this, well, emperor, I'm going to call him an emperor because he is. The emperor is still in the energy of not knowing what to do with this queen. Still confused because her words don't match her actions, which of course that should be an indication right there. But I think he's still very attracted to her, or he thinks, because again, remember, Emperor Junior wasn't working, so he may be attracted to her looks, even if he can't really touch her right now. But he doesn't want to let go. And even though it's clear now who she is, who she truly is, this takes on a different meaning as well. I said she might be having a child. And there's lack of clarity about whose child it is. So this could be like a deciding factor for this emperor, in the sense that if it's his child, he'll work it out with her. He's going to make sure that they have a family. And if it's somebody else's child, then that'll be the end of their connection. Three of Swords in reverse. So during this time that he's isolating himself, that he's asking the questions, that he's going through this inner transformation, he is letting go of the heartbreak. Like in reverse, imagine the sword slowly sliding out of this heart. He's letting go of the hurt. Eight of Pentacles, he's really not putting in a lot of energy right now, because a piece of him kind of suspects that the child isn't his. But if he did meet a new empress, and I'm saying if, because that one is still kind of unsure. If he did meet a new empress, he's also not putting a lot of energy there, because he's in the middle of all of this shit. So even if he did meet a new empress, he's not allowing a love bond to grow. With the Ten of Pentacles, he's not really building anything. Again, two cards in reverse. Now, if this is not a new empress and this is just talking about the current empress getting pregnant, again, he's not really feeling the love. He's not feeling like this is home, like this is family. He's not feeling any of that. And if it is the new empress, he may be feeling that, but he's repressing it because he feels like this isn't the time. So we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Let's put these up here. And let's look at the next set. We've got Judgment, Six of Cups in reverse, Eight of Sacred Circles, which is the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So this Emperor is trying to make a decision, trying to figure out if this connection needs to be brought back to life. But the history that these two had is just not, it's not holding up the connection anymore. I feel like the Queen or the Empress is trying to put in a lot more energy. Now, if this is a new Empress, I feel like she brought back to life something within this king. But again, he's not allowing a bond to grow. Even if she's putting in work and he feels good from it, he's not allowing a bond to grow because he's got all this going on. Let's see. Clarify Judgment. Hierophant. Clarify Six of Cups. Page of Wands. Clarify Eight of Sacred Circles. Eight of Sacred Circles, which is the Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Clarify Six of Wands with the Knight of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords upright. With the Seven of Pentacles. So right now, this Emperor is very confused about where to invest energy. I think that he did meet another Empress. So he's very confused about where to invest energy because the Empress in reverse, being pregnant and being so loving and so sweet right now, is kind of bringing back the desire to continue with the marriage. The history has kind of been erased between them in his heart, but it's almost like he's getting excited about rebuilding the history, which is okay. Both of them, because the Eight of Pentacles here twice, both of them are putting in the work. And again, he's putting himself in this energy of like, well, this feels good, so I'm just going to act like I don't remember. I'm not going to really take action on what I know. So for the new Empress, I feel like the Page of Wands is, there's a flirty energy here. Eight of Pentacles could also mean that, I don't think it's work actually. No, the rest of it doesn't really support that. I don't really think it's him putting in work because the Seven of Pentacles came up in reverse. So I think more than anything, it's that both of these Empresses show up in this person's life daily. Like maybe he lives with one and he works with another one. Or maybe he works with one and he meets the other one for dinner every day at a certain restaurant or different restaurants, something like that. This is seeing somebody daily, having them be a part of your daily routine. And yet the new Empress, he's also not taking action there. He's almost like not wanting to acknowledge that she's an Empress, that she's his match. Even if he enjoys the attention, he enjoys the conversation, he enjoys different aspects of it. But yeah, this is getting more complex. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to end part 1 here. And for those of you who have already purchased the subscription, I will see you on the other side for part 2. Okay, bye-bye.